Right, hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today, on Monday, here at MadWorldTarot. And the explanation for this reading is told in gruesome detail in the previous reading, but the short version is we're looking at this weird Lilibet story that was in the Times, where Kate Mansi said Lilibet has never visited Britain, and then that part of her article was quickly deleted, and allegedly an apology was sent post-haste to Montecito. So I've had a look at it from Harry and Meghan's point of view. This, of course, the Platinum Jubilee visit where Lilibet allegedly met Lilibet. Did a Celtic cross on that in the previous reading. This time I'm going to look at it from the point of view of the royal reporters and what they might know and what they might be sitting on and doing, and also the royals, in particular Charles and William, the King and the Prince of Wales, what they know, how they feel about this situation, because it could be quite messy, as I pointed out in the previous reading, to put it very mildly. And then, is the truth going to come out, or is this mystery going to be clarified at some stage? And how will the public feel when they find out whatever it is that they will find out ultimately? We, of course, have our suspicions here. I'm using the new Palladini Tarot for this one. It's very royal tarot deck, good old-fashioned tarot deck. We have our suspicions, but a lot of people watching the story with only half-hearted interest won't know any of this. Might all come as a big surprise one day. So that's where we're heading with this reading. Hopefully short, and so we can get through this. I have places to be later. And let me remind you, because it's tricky legally, that this is just tarot for fun and entertainment. It is all just speculation. It is all just my opinion. I just read energy here. And there is a disclaimer in the box below. Please read it. Please form your own opinions about what is going on here. And please remember that there is a child involved in this situation who is entirely innocent, no matter what has happened around her. And I do feel dreadfully for her if what some of us suspect is in fact even remotely true. One more shuffle, and then we will get to it, see what the reporters know, what the royals know, and what the outcome may be of the story. Lady C has, of course, promised us that something big is going to happen in April, Harry and Meghan related. That will be interesting, shall we just say. So this is possibly one of the things that could be, well, it's a possible candidate, maybe. And that's why we read on these things, to see what on earth is going on. We have the card of regret, 5 of Cups. Sorrow, regret, heartache. It's come out, it's in reverse, but I think it's in really intense energy. That whatever this situation is, as I said, I do feel deeply for the child involved in the middle of this mess. If it is a mess, as many of us speculate, there is a lot of heartache around this situation. Heartache that isn't easily going to be resolved, whatever the outcome, whatever the truth of the situation is. And this is heartache that's going to touch the royal family in the UK, as well as the not so royal family in Montecito, I suspect, with that 5 of Cups sitting there as our underlying energy. Very unfortunate card situation we're dealing with. Yeah, 7 of Cups, but it's in reverse. 7 of Cups upright, possibilities. It's a bit of a dreamer card, a bit of a fantasist card. It's in reverse, which means that the possibilities no longer exist. Bit of this, bit of that. I could do this, I could do that, I could say this, I could say that, I could show this child, I could show that child. In reverse, no. Now it's time for cold, hard reality. So, royal reporters, first column. What do they know? What do they know? Ooh, they know everything. They know everything. And I'm actually, even though I am not a wrongdoer in this situation, it makes me feel quite ill when I see that card. Secrets, the High Priestess, in reverse, secrets coming out. They know all. The High Priestess is women's mysteries around birth, around hormones, things like that. When you draw the High Priestess, one of the meanings is all of that stuff, most mysterious stuff. It's in reverse. They know. What are they going to do? A lot of speculation. There are reporting restrictions in there. We have the Strength card in reverse. Two possibles with that. Could be that they don't have a strong hand to play. They might know all, but they might be prevented from revealing what they know, or they might not have any literal proof in the sense that whoever knows isn't saying. So that's one possible. It's not necessarily the strongest energy that's coming through for me as an energy reader, because the Strength card is Harry and Meghan. It's their brand, to them as a couple. The Virgo and the Leo, as I say ad nauseum every time I see this card. It's in reverse. They could bring this couple down with what they know. Got two major arcana here with the press, High Priestess and the Strength card, both in reverse. They could knock them over anytime they liked. And my suspicion is that there are little trial runs going on to see the reaction. The article in the Times maybe was one. Some of what Neil Sean has been saying lately could be something else. Lady C has also been at it. There are, I think, little sorties just to see, just to test. Very interesting. Bit of a cat and mouse thing going on here. I had a cat and mouse thing going on at 4 in the morning. The mouse triumphed, I'm happy to say, but it was rather a rude awakening, thanks to Fluffy. So, royals, what do they know? What do they know? Oh, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. They know that this is going to end badly. That's luck. When it's upright, lady luck. In reverse, misfortune. Bad luck, bad timing. A horrible setback. The Wheel of Fortune. This is another major arcana. This is a calamity. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, a bit like the Tower. But it's when the odds are against you, it's not going to end well. They know that. And that is in relation to the story about Lilibet allegedly maybe not being in the UK after all, ever. Story that was quickly removed. How do they feel? The royals, the real royals, not the fake royals in Montecito, the pretend royals. This is both of them, King of Cups, and they're both in reverse about this. William, Cancerian, King Charles, Scorpio. It's both of them showing up in that King of Cups, both water signs, of course, in reverse. They are desperately sad about this and upset. 5 of Cups. This is something that when it emerges is just going to be such a mess, such an emotional mess. And the tendrils could grow and entangle in all kinds of ways that we may not foresee at this moment. Well, some people may foresee, because there are others in the royal family where there is a question mark over their parentage, shall we just say. Is the story going to come out anytime soon? You know, in 20 years in a book, who cares? 3 of Pentacles, they're working on it. Same card popped up in the previous reading that I did, the Celtic cross that I did from Harry and Meghan's perspective. Lilibet's status, I asked what's her status. I got the 3 of Pentacles, and I did explain the card. Then here in this context, there's teamwork. People are working on it. And they're working on it because part of the Strength card in reverse for me was saying they might know stuff, but they might not have the proof that they need to be watertight enough to withstand legal action from the Parkles. And the Pentacles are litigious. And they do sometimes win, even when they probably shouldn't have won. Both of them have won, in my opinion, in those circumstances. The press, of course, on the receiving end, know only too well how litigious the Pentacles are and how the courts tend to come down in their favour, even sometimes when justice does not really seem to have been served. My opinion, again, Three of Pentacles working on it. Threes, third parties. There are other people involved in this story that need to come to the party. How are the public going to react? If Five of Swords in reverse. The funny energy, that card, because it's almost like a relief of thank goodness. This ends the drama. Upright conflict, fighting, and that's all we've had in the royal family pretty much since Meghan arrived on the scene and Prince Philip retired from public life. Almost simultaneously, there's been conflict. There have been claims and counterclaims and accusations and books published and documentaries made. All kinds of nasty things going on. Nobody wants to see that in the archetypal family. And of course, I read archetypal energy because we're dealing with the archetypal family here in these readings. Nobody wants to see that because it makes them look at their own family and think, we want to look at our families and think, okay, maybe something a bit off happened, but we need to forgive and forget. We need to do the right thing. We need to rise above it. All this stuff that, that's why we're here on this earth. They want the drama to end. They want the fighting to stop. And they might just look at this and think, well, thank goodness. Now we know. Now it's out there. And now we can all calm down. Now we can see what's really going on. And some people are going to lose. Some people are going to win. Who cares? Stop fighting. Which is quite positive energy, really, if you think about it. If you're a king or a Prince of Wales, you're thinking, could be the end of us. I don't think that's what they're thinking. I think more that they're thinking it could be the end of the has-been. And that is the card that came out, of course, in the previous reading, if you've watched that one. The Hermit. Alone. So that's your reading on this very tricky subject. Disclaimer in the box below. As ever, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.